This is a player to keep your eyes on in the upcoming years, because this shows me, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it shows me if something doesn't go his way, he'll leave within the blink of an eye. There's no loyalty. But like I said all throughout this video, I'm not holding this against him like some of these other people are, but I also don't think it's a good thing. Quick question. Can somebody explain to me what in the crap is going on? I don't care what anybody says. This has got to be one of the weirdest, strangest, and one of the most bizarre signing days I've ever seen. Or not signing day, but you get what I'm trying to say. Signing weekend, or whatever you want to call this. As a person who keeps up with, or at least I try to keep up with, everything going on, even I myself am getting overwhelmed. This is madness, and that's the only word to use. It's straight up madness. For example, we got Jimbo Fisher, out of all people, complaining about the name, image, and likeness. Jimbo, may I remind you, you're the one who pretty much started all this? Don't even get me started on Jimbo, but on the other hand, we got the craziness going on with Deion Sanders. We got Matt Rhule at Nebraska calling out Miami and another school for giving kids money. We got Washington State's head coach calling out the tampering rules or whatever. We got, who else was it? The UTSA coach. It's just so much to keep up with. It goes without being said, the NIL is craziness in itself. We're not really here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the player, the 5-star recruit that has taken over National Signing Day by storm. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. I know what you're sitting there saying. Yo, Matt, what the crap are you talking about? Well, and actually, I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about because you've been blowing me up about this. This one recruit, I don't even know how to describe what he just did. Here's what I'm going to say about it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NIL. Welcome to the new modern day of college football. This is what it's going to be from now on, and the scariest part about this, and the scary part, let me emphasize that, we're just getting started. This is not the college football I remember growing up watching and keeping up with. And to be honest, it's nowhere even close. It's not even the same game. It feels like a business. Is it for the better or is it for the worse? I'll let you guys be a judge of that. It goes without being said, we've got a lot to talk about. As most of you know, we're on the road to 260K before Christmas. It's simple. If you like football content and like our videos, consider joining our community. If not, that's cool too. All right, Matt, blah, shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. We don't got time to waste. I don't get time trying to convince you to subscribe to the channel. We got to get into this mess. And another reason I don't got time to waste is because this snowstorm is about to hit northern Alabama, which is where I reside at, and maybe power goes out. I don't know. I got to get this video up. By the way, shout out to the 256 and everybody in the South that is getting hit by this storm. And even if it doesn't snow there, but it's going to get cold, stay safe. And that pretty much applies to everybody unless you're in South Florida. Stay safe, stay warm, get you some hot cocoa, and watch your favorite Christmas movie. One of mine is Home Alone. But Matt, that's besides the point. Talk about football. All right, sorry. Let's just get in things. First things first, it's breaking news. We'll talk more about this later in the week. Alabama, I don't even know how to describe what they've done. Before today, they already had 6 5-star recruits. They flipped like 2 or 3 guys, and now they just got their 7th. Let me repeat that. I can't even believe it. Their 7th 5-star recruit. And the craziest part about this, and I've been saying crazy all throughout this video, sorry for that, he was supposed to go to LSU. For those of you that have no idea who I'm talking about the cornerback, 5-star once again, Desmond Ricks. Yeah, I don't even have too much to say about that. We'll probably make a video on itself talking about it tomorrow. I also believe, if I'm not mistaken, I'll do more research on this later tonight, Alabama just broke the recruiting record with 328 points. If you don't know what that means, Alabama now has the best recruiting class of all time. I feel bad. I really do. I feel bad for all the people all throughout the season that thought the Alabama dynasty was falling off and it's over. They're starting to lose their touch. Nick Saban, he's getting old. He's washed up. I love it, man. If there's one thing I've learned of living on this earth, it's this. You can't bet against Nick Saban. You just can't do it. You can never count Nick Saban out. I do want to speak about that. Alabama fans, I know we got a bunch of y'all Roll Tide, by the way. Let me know what you think about this. Y'all know how I feel about it. I don't get too worked up over these recruiting classes, but this one has got me excited. Moving on to our next topic. You know what? Scratch it. We're not even going to talk about Jimbo in this video. We'll save that for tomorrow because this video will be way too long if I include the Jimbo segment. So sorry about that. Like I said, we'll talk about it tomorrow. We got to get a move on to the main topic, the main encore, the main reason you clicked on the video. And I'm excited to get into this. We got to talk about this 5-star recruit that is shaking up, or I'm not going to call it signing day, but he's shaking up the recruiting landscape. We'll say that. You guys were blowing me up on Instagram. You were blowing me up on Twitter saying, yo, Matt, what's going on? By the way, shout out to you guys. Whenever you tag me and stuff on Instagram, Twitter, whenever you send me stuff, you may not think it's a big deal, but it really helps on the channel. I can't see everything, so once again, I really appreciate the help. Anyways, getting on topic with this recruit, it's a safety. He goes by the name of Peyton Bowen. As you can see on your screen right here, he's the 13th best player in the 23 class, and yesterday, yes, Yesterday, he committed to Oregon, and that was a huge pickup. Why was that a huge pickup? Because Dan Lanning flipped him from Notre Dame to Oregon. But then, out of nowhere today, remember, one day, only 1 day, less than 24 hours after committing to Oregon, he signs with Oklahoma. You may be sitting there wondering, yo, how in the crap did this happen? Yesterday was signing day. Well, here's the thing. He didn't sign with Oregon. All he did was commit with them, and today he signed officially with Oklahoma. It seems like each and every single signing day, when we thought we've seen everything, we see something new every single year, and I love it. I like the drama because it's entertaining, and it gives us something to talk about. Check this out, though, and this should just go to prove how crazy this was. In a 24-hour span, he decommitted from Notre Dame, committed to Oregon, decommitted from Oregon, and committed to Oklahoma in 24 hours. You know, a lot of people have been giving this kid a lot of backlash for it, a lot of heat, and I understand it. The reason I understand it is because there's a lot of miserable people out there that walk on this planet. Should it be that way? No, we're talking about a kid. Let me say that word again. We are talking about a kid. I told you guys in the video yesterday and the one day before, I don't get too worked up in the recruitment process because it's not that big of a deal to me. To put it into a better perspective, let me say this. Alabama has 7 5-star recruits. Tomorrow, out of nowhere, if they announce that they're all going to leave Alabama and go somewhere else, it really wouldn't bother me. I don't care. I could care less. Why? Because that's their decision, not mine. I have my own life to worry about. If they don't want to go to Alabama, as an Alabama fan, it really doesn't bother me. I'm wishing them the best of luck. That's just how I am. I could care less if we lose 5 and 4-star recruits. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I could care less if we even got a 4 or 5-star recruit. As an Alabama fan, do I want to win every single game? Do I want to be the best in recruiting and this and that? Yes, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. At the very end of the day, the kids matter, and I want to see them have a great life and do what they want to and do what they please. But however, most people don't think like your boy Matt. They take it seriously. To them, when these recruits commit to their school, they see it as like a bond. They see it as, hey, this 5-star recruit, he's committing to my program, he's committing to the school I went to. We're like a family. And I know that sounds absurd and kind of psychotic, but that's how these people think and act. For this young man, Peyton Bowen, I don't know you, but here's what I'm going to say. Hold your head up high. You did nothing wrong. Most people are going to say, man, these kids, they're entitled and spoiled. They don't know what they want to do and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Once again, we're talking about kids. I know grown men, even till this day, in their 30s that change their mind more than these kids. We're talking about 18-year-olds. Come on now, be serious. When we were 18, every single one of us watching this, if you were 18, you know you were also indecisive. Like I said, hold your head up high. And here's also something else I'm going to say, and it's a reason I don't get too worked up in the recruiting nonsense. Maybe it's just me. Let me know if some of y'all are like this in the comment section. But just because a player commits to my school, I don't even really count it or think it's a big deal. And there's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, I know how indecisive these kids are, and we're going to see many of them decommit and go somewhere else. Reason number 2 is, my granddad told me this quote when I was really young, and it sticks with me to this day. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I'm going to say it again. Do not count your chickens before they hatch. I apply that analogy to everything in my life, and you can apply it to this situation as well. Until these 4, 5, 3-star recruits get on the campus and they're taking classes, don't even count them a part of your team. Don't count them, and also if you believe and think and act that way, you have 0 expectations and you won't get let down when they decommit. Now, here's the ironic part about this. Whenever he did his little hat thing that, you know, all these recruits do, they pick up one hat, put it down, pick up another, throw it away, take off a t-shirt, then put on another cowboy hat. You know, the commitment BS kids do nowadays. Oklahoma fans, they were kind of joking on him, and they were like, yeah, we're glad we didn't get him anyway. He's a diva. As you can see from this tweet right here, this person even says that, and a lot of people liked it and agree with it. So yes, that is kind of ironic, and I'm not talking about every single Oklahoma fan was saying that. I saw many Oklahoma fans that were wishing him the best of luck, and I respect y'all. I got to talk about it since I brought it up. Speaking of the hat thing, am I the only one who thinks it's getting corny now? I'm not talking about putting on a hat itself. I'm talking about when they pick up one hat, throw it away, put down one hat, put it on, and do all that. Just nonsense. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think it's getting corny. I think it's getting old. Yeah, 10 years ago it was funny, but now, not anymore. You better believe me when I say this. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff in my life and a lot of crazy stuff in the college football world, but I have yet to see something like this where a player decommits, commits to a new school, decommits from that school, and commits to a newer school in a 24-hour span. If you gotta ask me and want my honest and humble opinion, I do think it's a little bit weird. I understand decommitting from Notre Dame and then going to Oregon because maybe things change, but then right after committing to Oregon, less than really 18 hours, going to Oklahoma, He just seemed a little bit too fast. It's kind of like, dang, well, did you even really want to go to Oregon? You was only committed for him for 16 hours. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it almost leads me to believe if something doesn't go the way he wants it to at Oklahoma, he's just going to leave right away and enter the transfer portal. I mean, hey, am I the bad guy for saying that? Am I crazy for thinking that? I'm just going off of what I've seen so far. This is a player to keep your eyes on in the upcoming years because this shows me, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it shows me if something doesn't go his way, he'll leave within the blink of an eye. There's no loyalty. But like I said all throughout this video, I'm not holding this against him like some of these other people are. But I also don't think it's a good thing. Regardless of all of that, when it comes to a football standpoint, he's a great player, but that goes without being said. I'm very curious, so let me know your thoughts down below. But,